Standing here with the director of NHL Central Scouting, Dan Marr. And Dan, first of all, for people who might not be familiar with the scouting world, what kind of is the main purpose for an event like this?
The Prospects event, it's a unique opportunity for the scouts because we get all the draft eligible players in one spot. And the one thing that we like about it is sometimes some of these players are some of the top players on their team, and sometimes they're kids that are just they're struggling to get regular ice time. They're earning it, and here they get an opportunity where everyone plays equal shifts, so to say, but they can kind of show us the game that we don't see when they play with their regular team. So it's an opportunity for the players, and it's an opportunity for the scouts.
So this could be kind of an event to maybe find a diamond in the rough type player.
A lot of team scouts like to find that diamond in the rough, and so if there's someone they've been focusing on, it might just reaffirm that, yes, this is a player that I should step out for and tell our team we should take a more interest in.
Now, you work with the Atlanta Thrashers for about 4 years. You work with the Maple Leafs for over 10 years. As a scout yourself, what are some of the things that you look for when you're watching a player out there on the ice?
Well, the game's on the ice, and so skating, almost you have to be almost an elite skater to play in the National Hockey League nowadays. So you like to look at the skill set. You have your scorers, you have your checkers. So everyone has their role. But the one thing is that you can't really teach a player is that hockey sense, or my former colleague Rick Dudley likes to call it the hockey intelligence. And it's just those players that have that on-ice composure, that quick read and react game about them to make the plays, especially at crucial times. And the other part of it is the character, which takes in how that player competes. Like in the one-on-one game, will he battle through, or is he let up too easily on the play? So anyone that competes with their assets, they get paid extra attention to.
Now, we talked about you worked for the Atlanta Thrashers, you worked for the Maple Leafs. Now you're with the NHL. For you, what's been the biggest difference going from the team level to now the league level?
Well, when you work for a team, your focus is on the draft. And with Central Scouting, our focus is on the rankings, because we're a service department for the 30 NHL teams. And we give them a view of a ranking provided by a group of professionals that it's based mostly on the skill sets of the players and the assets. And it's just for them to have it, all right, is there any players that we don't have on our list? Is there someone that Central has them really high, we have them really low, or vice versa? It just causes them just to take a look, and they just kind of run through the questions themselves to see if they have the right answers. Yeah. And every team has their own philosophy. Every team will draft according to their list, so they prepare it differently than we do. But the biggest difference is, you're following as a team scout where the team is in the standings. That's going to portray where you pick in the draft. So as the season moves on, team scouts will start to look at focusing maybe on a group 9 or 10 players because they think they'll be available where their team picks. Central Scouting, we don't have to make that kind of focus. So we just keep a general overview, and we track all the players in all the leagues all the time.
Now, undoubtedly, you've probably seen tens of thousands of hockey games at every level of hockey. Talk about the USHL and maybe what sets the USHL apart from other leagues you may have watched.
Well, the USHL has its unique brand of hockey in the United States, in that a player has to have development time if he's going on into an NCAA program, and when he graduates from high school or he finishes at a prep school, there he needs to have a competitive place to develop. And that's the one thing that all scouts like about the USHL is that every game you go to is a competitive game. Every team has the stronger teams and some teams that aren't as strong, but the effort is there every night. The work ethic is there. So that's the one thing that we like about the league. And the coaches that they continue to bring in are all quality coaches that have that commitment to these young men and that commitment to develop them. And it's, like I say, it's just something that NHL team scouts, they really recognize that, and they appreciate it, and they just appreciate having the USHL.
Well, you've got some of the 40 the top prospects here in the country. Hopefully tonight you won't be disappointed. Director of Central Scouting for the NHL, Dan Marr, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Everett.